Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and today I thought it would be fun for us to walk through the steps that I take to organize every junk journal or series of junk journals that I do. And I am doing this on a voiceover because when I recorded it, I wasn't feeling so hot. So what I start with generally is looking through what I have. Remember that these are all in totes. So at this point, I'm just flipping through real quickly, determining which books will actually be used as covers for journals or whether they'll be just pages pulled out and used in a variety of journals and so forth. At this point, it's probably important to share what my process exactly is. You saw me flip through the books, kind of reminding me what I had. And then everything that I've collected, I've just started to go through each bag or part of that tote and separate it. For example, now we're doing fabric, but I take pages and I separate them from, I'll use the entire page like I am here, or in those cases, ads from that American artist. And then I start working into smaller ephemera. Is it original ephemera? Is it meaning ephemera that's vintage or antique? Is it things that I've already created that would work in those journals, or is it pieces and parts that I need to create ephemera for? And then I just separate all of those into categories. I usually have a bag for each one of those. And then when it's time for me to decide, you'll see at the end, I will go through and make stacks on which ones of the journals or the books that you're seeing will actually be journals, which ones will be used as just pages and parts. And that way, after that's complete, then I can put each of those out, whether it's by theme or content, and put the pages with them relatively quickly, as well as the pockets, the tucks, the belly bands, the ephemera that's already made, all of the original ephemera that's vintage and old. And it works really well for me. Here, I'm going through some of that vintage ephemera right now. And at this point, I'm not thinking about which journal I will use it in. I'm just categorizing it so it's easy to find when I'm ready. So now I have most of my, or I'm getting there, most of my stacks ready to go. I wanted to point out, coming up here, this book right here, I initially was going to do this as a traditional journal with a spine. I have since changed my mind, and later on you'll see me tearing it apart. But because it was so large, I think it's going to be better as a ring-bound journal. So just know that if you have a plan at first and you decide to do something different, not to worry, it will all work out in the long run. I have since taken it apart, as you will see here, and it's ready to roll. It's probably my favorite cover of all of the art and craft and hobby books that I have. After I've sorted everything, you'll see that I use a lot of Post-it notes and a lot of bags, but I then can at least stay organized as to what is what, find them quickly, and then when I get to the end here, I'm going to uh, put all of my journals out, which ones I'm using for covers, etc., and then I can quickly, uh, you know, sort the pages per journal, sort all the ready-made ephemera, the pockets, the tucks, etc., and then know what I need to actually create. So I could do more than one if I so choose. I've learned my lesson a little bit. I have done 5 journals at once. Um, for me, I would rather not do that. It is easier if I do maybe 2 or 3, and even better if I do 2 or 3 that are different themes, so it gives me variety. It's just the way my brain works. But if you have as much stuff in one category or theme like you see in this example, then by all means, if it works for you, do a mass make of several journals if that's what you like to do. It also depends on what the purpose is of your journals. If you're just doing a journal for your personal relaxation and fun and a little mindfulness project, then don't worry about it. But if you're doing it, maybe you're giving some as gifts, or maybe you want to sell them, and there's maybe some deadlines in place, then it might behoove you to try a couple of different options. So anything that works for you is the way that you should do it. This is just my process, and I know some of you asked about me, how I actually put my journals together when I'm prepping. So I hope you're enjoying this. Please, if you have questions, ask them. If you need any tips, or if you have tips, I would love to hear what those are, and I'm happy to share anything that I can that will help you in organizing your next journals too. Well, we're on the home stretch at this point, and now it's time for me to make a hard, fast decision on which ones will become journals and which ones I will just use the pages. Now, on some of these, like the big book of crafts, I may use that cover eventually. Right now, I'm not going to, but I do want to take out the, I call it the guts, but the pages, and keep that with all of my other pages because I may want to pull from those. So this is, like I said, the home stretch, and you will see me quickly dismantle and organize the books. And I believe on the left-hand side, I did as use the pages, and the right-hand side were covers. And there we have it. We are wrapping up with a few notes because if I don't put my thoughts down on how I want to use something, seems like a great idea, I will forget. So I encourage you to leave a comment, tell me what you think. If you're so inclined, give this a thumbs up. And always, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. But I'd love to hear from you. If you have ideas or questions, let me know. Cheers.